Welcome to this osgui.com screencast tutorial on using and configuring and showing off some 3D effects and some of the cool effects that Linux can do, and particularly in this demonstration I'm showing Linux Mint 7, and these are called compes effects. So when I click the super key, which is the Windows key otherwise known as, so the Windows key and tab does this. And as you can see, even videos are playing right within those 3D effects. So, and then we can also go Alt Tab and have these effects, and you can even see there that the video right is still playing as I do that. So that's very impressive. And now let's have a look. So this in Windows, I should say in Linux Mint 7, I almost called it Windows 7, you click Menu and then Control Panel or Control Center, and then here is the Control Center, and you would open up the compes config settings manager. Now if that's not there, you might just have the simple one. This is the simple one where you get just to turn on the basic effects, right? So let's just try using this one. And it looks like that might have overridden some of my effects. I had to turn that back on. Let's have a look at what's the switcher. What's the ring switcher? Alright. And Windows tab no longer works. Oh, look at that effect that I have. So, better go back to that particular window. Okay, let's try changing that to static application switcher. And try what happens when we do Alt Tab. Oh, okay, that's pretty boring. Let's have a look at this one. And try Windows Tab now. I got that back, and nothing for that's Alt Tab actually now, and Windows Tab doesn't work anymore. Okay, well, let's just put it back to application switcher that we're on. Okay, and look at the desktop settings they've got. Desktop columns, desktop all. I actually turned that off myself because I'm not a big fan of having multiple desktops. So that's just me. And that's the zoom settings there. Okay, now let's get into the big boy stuff. Now, compes config settings manager. If you don't have that, install it through the package manager, either Synaptics package manager, admin programs, or software manager. Alright, or Ubuntu Tweak, and you can get the latest version of this through Ubuntu Tweak 2 by getting the sources. So this is where you can configure all the settings. So this is where you can do the mouse settings. Now let's just change the colour so it stands out a bit more. I'll make it purple, pinky, and I'll increase the number of emitters to 3. So now I've got 3 of them circling it. Make the radius a bit bigger and make them a bit fast. Oops, meant to make them a bit faster. And let's make the number of particles more, the size of them heavier. Alright, so that's a pretty cool effect, as you can see, that I'm able to customize however I want. Okay, so there's that cube effect. A lot of people like that. I'm not a big fan of that. Alright, now, but what I want to do is set up some settings, try to make it a bit more like, you know, Windows Vista and Windows 7, just to try to show you how it's really better than those operating systems. So I know that there you go, Windows Previews, we want that, because that's a feature that Microsoft ripped off this, because it had it first, of course. So let's turn it on here. Alright, now it's turned on. Okay, now let's try the preview. Ooh, there you go. So I saw once a tutorial, a demonstration by Microsoft, how they were showing off how the videos played in the little preview thing down there. So let's see if it does it too here. Oh yes, it does. So you know, can't even see that video now, but you click here and you can see the video playing down the bottom there. So that's pretty cool, right? And it's something that users expect because it's just a standard feature of Vista and Windows 7 of Aero, which is ripped off here because I saw it about 5-6 years ago in Linux first. A little comment on stability and reliability. The NVIDIA graphics card works a lot better than the one for the ATIs. I've got an ATI graphics card in my desktop and it doesn't work as stably, unfortunately, at the moment as the NVIDIA one does. So that's another way you can bring this up. If you just right click on the desktop like that and go change desktop background, it'll bring this up. Now this is also, I should show you guys, where you can change your window decoration. So let's try out this one here. This is, I don't like it, I like the more black type ones. Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at this one. Alright. Okay. Well, you can install more, so I might want to do that later. So you can change my background and the visual effects, so I could turn it off here, just make it lower to make it, or this is where I also go there to adjust the simple config settings, right? Okay, so as you've seen, there's lots of things we can do, and in a normal Ubuntu system you'd go to the system menu, then preferences, then config settings manager to open that up. Okay. Alright, so is there anything else we want to switch on or off while we're here for this video demonstration? It's a shift swigger. Let's try this one. I'm not sure what it is. So whenever that happens, just say disable zoom window. Alright. So it's just having a think of that. There you go. Seems to turn off that all the time. Shift. I don't even know what it does. It can be a little bit confusing sometimes. Oh, Shift Super S. Let's try that. So Windows Shift S. Is that just not? We really need to have a few programs open to sort of see what it really does. Okay. And so Windows Shift S. Okay. And you just kind of doesn't really do anything more than that does. Maybe that's what's conflicting this. It's very bizarre. Maybe I'm not the best person to be giving you a tutorial on this. Let's just say that it is very cool. The effects are grouse, and you should definitely give it a go. But if your system starts seeming to be a little bit more unreliable, then my suggestion to you is to turn the 3D effects off and just to leave it on default, because it's also faster that way. But if you've got a very fast computer, then by all means go for your life with 3D effects. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube and register on my website, oscary.com. Thanks for your time.